Popcorn.
This is David Vincent.
Hey, this is Sam Witwer.
This is Phil Lamar.
And you are listening to the Points of Interest.
Points of Interest.
Points of Interest.
And you're listening to Points of Interest Podcast Network.
Keep listening.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
You know, sometimes when you don't get enough sleep in the morning, maybe you get a few hours only, the best energy drink you can get, of course, is the brand new Liquid Death energy drink.
Oh.
That's right, folks. I just discovered Liquid Death energy drink. It is sparkling energy for those who don't want the high of a Red Bull, but you still want the taste of a cup of coffee and a nice fruity drink.
Liquid Death. Liquid Death. We're looking at you.
I mean, you need to get sponsored by Arizona iced tea because you're always having in Arizona.
Typically.
You have
when
I
I have time or think ahead to get one so it's cold.
Yeah.
I could have grabbed one off the shelf, on the way home, but
Well, I'm going to, even though I need to sleep early-ish tonight, I'm still going to drink it because it tastes good and I want to have energy for this show. So I'm going to take a sip of this deliciousness.
Tasty beverage. We took last week off because I was tired. I was spent. I had no energy to be funny or whatever this is that we do every week.
I know we have categories, right? Like on Twitch and stuff. Or
yes.
Not even like there's like meta category or whatever, like hashtags or stuff. Are we under comedy at all in any of the categories?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I mean, we think we're funny.
Well, yeah. Every podcast I've ever done, even the relationship one, I've always put under comedy, because if anything, I can make myself laugh. I don't necessarily make other people laugh, but I can certainly make myself laugh. So that's all that matters to me.
Speaking of podcasts and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
I recently gave myself a project. I didn't plan for it necessarily. My ADD just kind of kicked up one night, and I was looking at my closet and the door was open, and my ADD said, "You need to purge a lot of stuff and organize. I know it's 10:30 at night, but get started." So for like the past, week and a half or so, for a couple hours each night after work, I've tackled a small project of cleaning and purging things. I say all that to say that I found a stack of comic books last night, which was awesome to find. I had no idea I had a Deadpool #1. It's bagged and boarded.
Oh, wow.
Bagged and boarded. Don't ever remember buying it. So I don't know where it came from. Found books from other people that we've met over the years, and then ran across a stack that our buddy Stan gave me. I don't know why he gave me so many. I think the original plan was probably for me to hand them out to showrunners as like, hey, you should bring Stan out. But I don't remember. It was 2015.
Date, it was 2015, so it was 11 years ago. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to remember that.
But what was really cool, flipping through the book, I get to the back page. Man, I wish I had uploaded the photo so we could show it right now. But
you still can later, at least.
Yeah, that's true. The back page of this particular comic book is 4 shows that I was a part of, 2 of which Francis and I were on.
Yeah.
The whole back page is all of these podcasts that were all in this big supportive group of each other. We all, whether they were part of junk food podcast network.
No, it wasn't Points of Interest at the time because you had the big old pot, banner.
Yeah. Yes, the pot banner. But no, I don't think we had established it at that point as a network. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember at this point. But the point is, I got a huge wave of nostalgia and almost a hot, salty tear rolled down my face as I looked at this. It was just cool to see all these shows, all these different personalities that had all met on Twitter randomly. And, somehow became this like little supportive group at the time.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, that's how it works for a lot of people, and at least a lot of successful podcasts I've noticed start off as like being a part of a group, and then they like the successful ones branch out and do their own thing, and then others fizzle out and whatever. It's interesting because a lot of those podcasts don't exist anymore, right? Like technically POI doesn't exist because it wasn't a podcast at the time. It was a network.
Correct.
Because it wasn't a show back then in 2015. No. So it was a network. So this what you're listening to right now didn't exist. So it's funny to see that, people just kind of move on and do their own thing. Like I still follow some of those people that we used to podcast with. I mean, one got really super successful, but the rest kind of just moved on with their own lives and are doing their own thing and become Twitch personalities or just have a family and just like, nope, I do the family thing. I don't, or like I do the domestic thing, or I paint Warhammer figures and don't pod anymore. It's like, okay, good for you.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like at the time, it was awesome because either we all needed each other to support each other, or whatever the universe brought us all together for whatever reason. Whether it was the culmination of it all was for the shirt that Francis is wearing currently.
Oh yeah, if you're watching it on Twitch,
if you're watching it, or on YouTube.
Well, you don't have video on YouTube.
I do. I just haven't uploaded them because I'm lazy.
I'm wearing the Great Philly Comic Con.
But yeah, it all culminated to different people from all these different podcasts coming together to help run this small to medium-sized show that somehow was able to pull huge names for being in the middle of, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was in Philly. It wasn't like it was in like a big major city. It was in Oaks, which is, if you ever look up where Oaks is, it's like in the middle of nowhere, sort of. At least it felt like it, right? Mm-hmm. Because the convention had one restaurant nearby that we all went to afterwards.
All
like we never bothered to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's just one restaurant.
We're going to PJ's. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was it. There was like one hotel. Well, there were two. Right. Yeah. The one where all the fancy people went to had the nice breakfasts, had the bar, had was where the after party was. Mm-hmm. And then there was the one where everyone else went who weren't cool enough to go to the after party or were cool enough to hang out with celebrities after a convention.
Like people have asked me, where's Oaks? And I just go, I don't know. Do you know where King of Prussia is? And they go, well, I mean, kind of. Like, it's near there.
Yeah. That's right. It's King of Prussia is like the county or something. I don't know. It might not even. I don't know.
I don't know how it works when you cross like the midpoint of the country. I don't get like what is they have them in Louisiana. They're not suburbs. They're what do they call them? Districts, counties.
Is
it districts?
Principalities.
No, that
I don't know.
Like Nice is a principality.
I mean, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And
'cause-
Monaco is a principality. That's what I meant to say.
Well, that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you know that.
yeah, it's random
Well,
Formula
I
One
think the
news.
funniest thing to me about Philadelphia is that you never did any of the touristy stuff that you always said you would.
The
No matter how early you fly over there, you never did any of it.
so the 1 year I was, excuse me, determined to go to the Rocky Stairs and do the whole thing. I was going to set up the camera and run up the stairs and hopefully not see my camera get stolen. I arrived in Philly at 5:30 in the morning, sat at a Starbucks, waited for the city to wake up. And then I stepped outside and it started to rain. And I was carrying like $1,500 worth of electronics on my back without a backpack condom. So I was like, nope, going back to Starbucks. I made the Uber driver, made him drive near the art museum where the Rocky Stairs are, but didn't actually see the statue. Didn't even get a real Philly cheesesteak. I got one at a fucking airport, and I told them to go easy on the cheese, and they just said, "Fuck you, we're not giving you any." Then, so I just got meat and bread.
It's called a cheese steak. It's not just called a Philly steak. It's a cheese.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just go easy on the whiz, man.
Oh man, don't insult them calling it cheese whiz too. It's in it like an actual cheese, or is it cheese whiz? Maybe it is cheese whiz.
There's you get cheese whiz or white cheddar, I think is what it is.
White cheddar.
It's provolone or white cheddar. I don't know. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I got some crappy cheeseless cheesesteak at like the touristy cheesesteak spot. I can't think of what it's called right now. There were two Geno's. There's Geno's and then there's another spot. I think we went to the Geno's at the airport.
No, not the same. Not
the same. But there'll be other opportunities for cheeseless cheesesteaks.
Well, yeah. I mean, at some point, in our. Well, here's the thing. COVID really screwed it up for everyone. Right, like that's what stopped us. We went in 2019. We went, we went and traveled on 2019. 2020 just stopped everyone from moving, which we all did. Right, like we were going to go to Philly Comic-Con that year, and it was shut down thanks to COVID.
We were. I forgot what I was gonna say, but the plan. The plan was, to continue flying around. Oh, that's what I remember. I was going to say is that when everything shut down, everything, even the comics industry, took a huge hit, and a lot of the people that we were associated with at that time, that company also went through a partial. They didn't dissolve; they partially shut down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't only until this past summer it really got its footing back.
Yeah.
I tried to order a hoodie and a hoodie hat and some stuffed animals that they had created for a book, and got everything but the stuffed animals. I had to wait 4 months. And like 4 personal emails to the then president of the company. Like, can you please send this to me? So
yeah,
the president or whoever was in charge, has changed hands at this point. It's in the hands of somebody else that we all know, and they've gotten their foothold back in the publishing game.
I mean, independent comics seems to be the thing now anyway. I mean, I feel like with mainstream comics, I mean, they're not as... they keep saying... I don't know how true it is, but I keep seeing the statistic of how manga is doing better than comic books are, right? Like, there seems to be a bigger pull towards Japanese comics versus American ones. I don't know how true that is, but I do know that for a really long while, people didn't buy like anything Marvel or anything DC. Like indie was the thing, and the company we're talking about is indie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're considered indie, even though
They
they had
are.
a lot of people with them.
Yeah.
And so that's really the thing, is like indie seems to be the way to go anyway. So I mean, good for them that they're able to come back after all that. But look at that though. Look at all the things you like got to reminisce about.
Yeah, that wasn't the only thing, Francis. I
No.
even found all my grades from 6th grade to my senior year.
Word.
Now, this is the best part. Well, I don't know if it's the best part, but I found it interesting, is that my grades were okay. Maybe it was 5th grade. Either
Okay.
way, there's a steady decline in the grades as I go higher in years of schooling. And then there's a pretty dramatic switch up, and it's when they figured out that I had a auditory learning disability thing, because I dropped a couple classes, and then all my grades started. They didn't, huge uptick, but they upticked, a
Oh,
bit.
good.
The quarterly report cards, one of them, it's funny actually, because I remember it, that sparked the memory. There was one class I had ditched 13 times in a quarter.
Yeah, all right. Why go? If you're gonna dish it,
And
that makes
then the second quarter, it had WD for withdrawal.
Oh.
So I remember getting called into the office, and they said, Josh, you've missed a lot of this class. And I said, I haven't missed anything, actually. They said, no, you haven't gone to class. And I said, I know. I didn't like the teacher. And they went, yeah,
really?
you got to go. Yeah, I stopped going because I didn't like the teacher.
That's interesting. Wow.
But
Was
because
that the only teacher you ever disliked, or were there other
I
teachers? that you
disliked a lot of teachers. I just didn't have the balls to stop going to all their classes except for this person's class.
That is weird. I've never disliked a teacher. That's really interesting.
I couldn't tell you today what it
Yeah.
was I didn't like about the teacher. I do remember having a conversation with the counselor or dean or something like that.
Yeah.
And because I, was in the special education program in high school,
Hmm.
they were like, well, we'll just drop the class for you. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I was like, I wasn't worried about it anyway. I wasn't going.
So when I was doing driver's ed, they make you drive with like an instructor. When you're learning how to drive, you have a guy who, like some random dude, not your family or anything, just some random dude, sit beside you. But,
Even though your permit says, parent or guardian,
this is
you can drive.
right. I even think this is this pre-permit? I don't remember, but I know I had to drive with some rando with me for at least an hour, and I think the you had to do at least 6 hours of like on the road training with like a government issued driver. Anyway,
Mhm.
what I'm getting to is for kids who needed like special like attention, they went to this school, at least here, that was like a prison, right? Like they had, it was because our school wasn't gated at the time
Okay.
until someone got shot and killed. Then they gated it.
Yeah,
But
it
like
happens.
it wasn't gated at the time. It was an open campus. You could just walk in any time of day, any day of the week. But we drove to pick up the next person who was going to drive us, and the person drops me off at my home, and they continue driving on. And it was in this like minimum security prison, which was apparently a school for the special kids, they call it. Which I didn't know what it meant at the time, but like it's people with like had learning difficulties, so they went to this school. But it literally was like it had wire fences and barbed wire at the
Jeez,
top and
razor
everything.
wire and
Like,
shit.
yeah, I was like, are they that? It wasn't that they were bad people. It just they happened to need I don't know. Maybe their learning disability made them violent or something. But man, it was intense. But yeah, we picked up some people there. That was an interesting experience.
My school district had on campus like alternative learning, and if you didn't make it there, you got sent to 2 places. One was called the Cottage.
Of course they give it a name like that. Of course. Yeah.
And at the Cottage, it was just different style of learning. Like you still got high school credit, you still graduated with your class. Mm-hmm. It was just for like problem kids, not bad kids, problem kids.
Right.
And then if you were a quote unquote bad kid, you went to this other school where they went bowling and like went to the zoo and shit. And like they didn't actually do classwork. They just went and did shit.
Which to me makes sense. That totally makes sense to me because we're a no kid left behind country. So we just let, the bad kids just do whatever the hell they want and pass them.
Yeah, they went bowling and fucking, like I said, the zoo. Probably went to the reservoir and played volleyball or something. I don't know.
Man, I want to go to that school.
Once I found out about it, I was like, shit, maybe I should be a bad kid.
Be a bad kid. That's the lesson of the company.
Instead of just, I don't like that teacher. I'm not going anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm curious.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just curious. Like, did they learn anything, or did they just?
I don't know.
Bowling.
I don't know. I mean, I knew a couple kids that were there, and they sucked at bowling. So, I don't know.
But maybe it's it's a physics thing. Like, hey, momentum and force and blah 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 blah. Look at you hit the pins. Oh, look at you. There's physics and we're at work.
Yes, this is you overcoming. This is an analogy for you overcoming your problems and knocking them out of the way.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't associate myself with a lot of those kids. But no, it was just kind of, it was cool to see, cool and sad to see, I guess at the same time, like this steady decline in grades. And like the teachers, especially like the late, I guess it went all the way back to elementary school. Teachers being like, Josh is a great kid, but he lacks focus, he needs organizational skills. And then I look around at my room right now and I go, yep, still do.
I forgot they left little notes like that.
Yeah, but then like science was good grades throughout. PE type stuff, fairly good grades throughout. Then you get to some stuff, it's like needs to participate, needs to bring materials to class. I'm like, yeah, that's notorious. They're just showing up with myself. Like I got my senior year, I got checked in a locker, went to the locker, went, okay, cool, locked it, and never went back to it until the last day of my senior year where I had to turn my locker back into the school.
At least you had a locker.
I mean, how do you do high school without a locker? Well, I know how. You just don't go to it.
No, so we had lockers at my high school for 2 years, and then I guess they did a random check for drugs, and half of them had it or something. I don't know. And they're like, okay, no more lockers for you guys. And so we all had to carry 300 pounds of books in our backpack.
Yeah, see, I enjoyed having a back as a teenager, so I just didn't carry a backpack.
We had to walk uphill in the snow both ways, man.
My long ass hair weighed down my back enough. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long, but my junior and senior year, I don't think I went to a locker at all. I definitely had one my freshman year. I remember that. My sophomore year had one. Went to it fairly often. And then, I'll leave the book in the class. I don't need it because I'm not doing homework.
So lockers are awesome, though. You got to decorate them any way you wanted. You got to put stickers on there and like hang things on like the little hooks.
Well, I was always jealous. I think it was the Breakfast Club. It was Bender, John Bender. He goes to his locker, and then there was so you have your standard locker, but then he had like another locker above it where the drugs were.
Oh yeah.
But he unlocked it from inside the locker. I always wanted a lock. How many times are we going to say locker in this episode? But that's a type of locker I wanted when I got to high school. It's like, oh, I hope they all have that, extra compartment, shoe compartment, if you will.
Compartment. I mean, sure, yeah. Well, those were in the wall, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, our lockers were not in the wall, and they weren't full body. They were half body. So,
my freshman year, we'll call it full body, skinny, full body, full length, full length. Yeah. Sophomore, half length, stacked.
Yeah.
Senior year, I really don't remember. Like I said, I went to it once.
Senior year was when you got the privilege to buy a freaking parking lot spot in your school parking lot.
If you could afford it.
If you can afford it. And then you got to paint it. You got to paint the bumper part, like, or not the bumper,
the parking strip.
Stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You painted it like with color, with your whatever.
To signify that was your spot?
Well, no, because they were numbered. So you knew which spot was yours.
Oh, okay.
But then you could like decorate your spot. And of course, everyone had a shoddy car for the most part. Most people had a pretty bad car, except for the one person who did a foot ad for Payless Shoe Stores. She was a foot model, and she drove in with her Mercedes into her parking spot. It's like, oh, there she is.
Well,
there's the foot model.
I went to a prestigious high school
fancy.
I mean, it was one of them blue ribbon schools.
Of course.
But it's also in a district the district is kind of known to have a lot of money in the families that attend those schools because of the area that it's in. I remember maybe my sophomore year, it was snowing. All the schools around my high school were closed. They're going through the list of delays and closes. And they get to my high school, and the guy on the radio says, "Don't worry, all you kids that go to this high school, your helicopter pads will be cleared by the time you arrive."
Oh, Lord, no.
And then there was me driving a 1972 Dodge Charger in 1995.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford the school parking privilege, so I had to park in a city park across the street. Yeah, so that's my story on that. But yeah, it I don't know. It's just it's been a lot of fun looking through all this old stuff as I purge through it all.
Yeah.
I held it before we started or after we started. You mentioned at some point while we've been talking that you save things. And you're like, why the fuck did I save this?
Oh yeah.
Do you recall those years at San Diego Comic-Con and the big ugly ass vinyl bags?
I found those. I have them still.
I
have them. I didn't throw them away.
I still didn't throw them away. I pulled them out. I'm like, why the fuck did I keep these? And then I've got a huge Christmas sack, I guess. Like it's a bag of some sort.
Yeah.
So I'm just shoving all these like gift bags and these fucking Comic-Con bags into this big sack. So I'm like, I could use it as a carrying device.
I don't know there's not there. So the ones I have has Supergirl on one, I think Teen Titans on the other, and then I think one of the CW shows, like one of the vampire CW shows on one of the other bags. And I don't know why I'm keeping them, in all honesty. I'm keeping them, but I'm not really sure. Why are you keeping yours, out of curiosity?
Like I don't really
know why I'm keeping mine.
I mean, at the end of the day, they are a useful carrying contraption.
Oversized bag.
Now, Can it take a lot of weight? No. Because those straps will break instantly.
Yes.
But you could, take some clothes into them, or, a moving process sort of thing. They could be useful. Maybe it's my family. Maybe it's how I was raised or something. But like my family, the ladies of my family used to pass around this old department. It's a department store box. I don't know what the significance of that box was, but for Christmas, one of the ladies who has the box would gift the box to another lady of the family.
Oh, one of those, a white elephant gift type thing.
No, not white elephant. Like, it's your turn to be in possession of this department box. That is the gift, is the box. I don't know it. Okay. I wasn't around for the significance of the box.
Right.
I just know that for years, my mom got, happy if she received the box that year, because then she was responsible for the box. Just like the bags. Why the fuck are we hanging on to these vinyl bags that really aren't that useful? I have just behind me here 4 or 5 boxes full of physical media. One of those boxes is a TiVo box. How long ago was TiVo? Fucking 2000? 99? Like, I think I got it in 99. Okay. So, like, why am I keeping this box? I don't know. The term, it's a good box. Why the fuck does that exist in my brain? Like, it's a box, but it's a sturdy box.
Yeah. Well, I get it. Especially for someone who moves. No, I didn't move a lot, but like for people who do move a lot, having a good box is important. Like, even no matter the size either, because you can you'll find something to put in there, and then it's secure in your whatever size box, and it's yours because it has a product, or it has the advertisement or whatever of the product that you bought, right? That no longer exists,
Right.
Here's your DVR box. All right.
What the fuck is a DVR?
Exactly. Right?
Like, what do you mean a standalone DVR? What do you mean?
So you put these, So I get my closet was full of boxes of stuff that I owned. Like, I forgot I no longer have a lot of these things anymore. And I'm just like, oh, I should probably just toss these. This doesn't make any sense to keep boxes of stuff I don't own anymore. And they were good boxes. They were like intact, sturdy boxes. But I'm just like, it's just taking up space. So I get it though. I get it because I kept it for a very long time.
The LED lights that I use to make my face nice and bright. Like, I held on to those boxes. There's nothing in those boxes at all. And I'm like, I need to hang on to those boxes. No. I have, you know how, like, most people, what are they called? Chester drawers?
Yeah, sure.
Like, you put your clothes in.
An armoire, a dresser, yeah.
Yeah, a dresser. Thank you. I haven't had a dresser in my room, like exposed in my room, since I was a kid. When I moved into my own place, when I had a house with a girlfriend, the dresser has gone into a closet. I don't know why.
I see. Yeah.
It's in the closet right here. Mostly because there's no room for it. Otherwise. But in one of the drawers of my dresser, I had 15 to 20 micro USB cords. The fuck am I going to do with 15 micro USB cords? I'm like, we're throwing these away.
Where did it go? I have, did I lose it? Damn. I think I lost it. I went the other day, because I'm with you, because you were talking about micro USB cords. I have a receipt from Best Buy, because I recycled a bunch of old tech I just put into a drawer. And it was the receipt was easily 3 feet long.
Sure. Yeah. As is
And mind you, I'm
tradition.
recycling it. I'm not even selling it. I'm recycling it because I'm like, who's gonna buy this? It's nothing,
Right.
right? But like, I recycled essentially 50 different like cords and little like things that I just never use anymore. So the fact that you found, like you'll find them. We keep our cords. We keep like everything. I don't know why. Why do we do that?
I was very reluctant, Francis. It's stupid. Stupid. I threw away a S video cord. And I had to fight myself not to keep it.
Yeah. Well, I've come to the conclusion that if I ever need anything at all, the internet has it somewhere that I can just buy it and get in a couple days.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I no longer feel the need to keep stuff for that reason. And so I just like, I just have space now, like too much space actually, because I don't know what to do with it. Like, what do I do with all this extra space?
Like the drawers of my dresser, like one is almost completely cleared. It hasn't been cleared decades, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to put in here now? Like this is supposed to have stuff in it, not clothes. Who puts clothes in a dresser? Is my philosophy, I guess.
It's like we have a shared OCD in that regard, because I have the same type of OCD where it's like, well, there has to be something. This drawer can't be empty. There needs to be something in here. Like anything.
I can't stand the junk drawer that's in every kitchen in every American house.
Right.
I can't fucking stand it. Like, how do you have so much shit that you have a drawer full of shit? I don't know what to do with this shit. Like that, to me, that blows my mind, just because of like, I live in a 10 by 12 space. So everything I own is in this fucking room, like for the most part.
Right.
So it's like, how do you have so much extra stuff that you just like, put it in the junk drawer? I don't know. We'll get to it one day. Like, what?
Well, the funny thing is, it's in the name. It's junk. You really don't need to keep it.
Right.
Like, do you keep receipts?
I don't. I'm like, do you have to give me the receipt? Because I'm just going to throw it away.
I kept them.
My stepdad, after he died, we started cleaning up his stuff, and my mom found a box of receipts dating back to the mid 80s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Why was it? And he died in 2010, I think it was 2012. Like, why are you hanging on to this shit? Like, the tax man is not going to come audit you from 1988.
I think that's why I did it too. It's like, you have this thing in your head that's like, well, what if the IRS comes after me? I need to prove that I bought a thing. And then I think back, I'm like, I have statements. Like, I have bank statements. I have statements on my phone. Like, why do I need to keep a receipt? It shows I bought a thing from this place. I mean, it's not itemized or anything.
Sure.
It doesn't say what I bought, but it says I bought a thing from this place. That should be enough, but you're right. I used to keep receipts. I no longer keep receipts, except for the Best Buy one, because I thought it was funny, but now I can't find it. So
I mean, in a stack of something, one of those boxes of stuff that I have is my stepdad. He was pretty.
Good night, Ginger.
Oh, I didn't even know she was here.
She just came in to say that she's off to bed.
Oh, okay.
She wanted to say hi.
He was super anal, and he had like a printout of all the Christmas gifts as he went out and did it, the Christmas shopping, and like how much of it went on a credit card, how much was on cash, how much was in a check, and broken down, and it was broken down so much, like dollar amounts per person spent. Like
some people
average, cost of presents per person. He was super anal, but it was cool to go back and look at that stuff. Be like, oh wow, look at this. Like look at all the preparation he did to make sure that we all had a fun Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like it's we have a tendency to, because people who know us don't know what we keep, right? Family, friends, we don't know. And then there'll be a time, because everyone at some point will pass away, right? And then you get to look through their stuff. It's like, they kept this thing. Like they kept, like I have a bunch of T-shirts. I rediscovered my Weird Al T-shirt from when I went to his Apocalypse concert. I have an old Black Rock Studios T-shirt from when I worked for Disney. I have like all this stuff when I used to like do these things. I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I still have my senior grad night T-shirt from 1998.
Wow.
I still have it intact, not torn. I'm like, why did I keep it? And then I remembered, oh yeah, my ex used to wear it as sleepwear. That's why I kept it.
Fair.
But like, oh, it's still here. I can't believe I still have the shirt. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, everybody loves nostalgia.
Yeah.
And usually it's focused more around like old movies, TV shows. But when it's cool to go back and look at your own nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like there's
your history.
It's more of what it is, really. Like there was a piece of artwork of me. I guess it was an interpretation of me doing a handstand on a skateboard, wearing pants on one leg, like long pants on one leg with an ice skate. The other pant leg was a short and had a roller skate attached to the foot. But the more amazing thing is that it was drawn in perspective. How the fuck did I do that? Where did I lose that ability?
Oh, you drew it.
It's a thing that I drew, and it's like at a 40. It's in perspective, and I'm like, where did I learn to do that, and why didn't I keep that?
There's a bookshelf behind me, and in that bookshelf is a folder that I've had for my entire life. It has stuff from when I was 12, 11, like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I did it young. I kept stuff young, as a teenager in high school. I started to like almost like a scrapbook of stuff, but it's like old things that I have, that I'm like, all right, I wrote a script. For instance, I wrote a script from AMC Theaters. It was the second Harry Potter movie, and we're trying to sell Birdie Boss jelly beans. And for some reason, the manager's like, somebody here has to write a script so that we go into the theater before the movie starts to sell the jelly beans. So somebody do a quick skit. You're gonna wear graduation robes to look like you're from Harry Potter, and you're gonna do the thing. And I wrote one out. He liked it. We did it, and we sold beans at the in the audience. I have the script. Like,
that's awesome.
Oh my God, I can't believe I have the script still. Like it's a miracle that I still have that, yeah, like there's so many things I wish I still have from that time. And I'm sure do you have any old VHS of you doing things in like?
I believe there's a few VHS of my 5th grade elementary class. We did like a little city inside. No, it's a city.
Oh.
Like we were all in groups, and then the groups had to come up with a business of some sort, quote unquote. And I remember we were a photo booth of some sort, and we all had like the paper hats, like from like Bob's Big Boy type of paper.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know where we got those, but we all had them. Mm-hmm. And then the local, one of the local news stations showed up, and they were showcasing what we were doing. And
that's awesome. Okay.
Their gimmick at the time, at the end of their newscast, they always went around either to the offices of their news place or out and about someplace, and you gave a thumbs up to the camera. Well, there's me very enthusiastically thumbing up the camera as a 5th grader. I don't know how old you are in the 5th grade. But
like 8, 9.
It interrupts. The reason why it sticks in my brain so much is it interrupts a Looney Tunes cartoon that we had recorded. So it's Looney Tunes, fades out. There's me and, you know, some of my super old elementary school friends thumbing up the camera, and then it breaks back into Looney Tunes after it's done, because we couldn't find a tape when it happened. So we just, whatever was in there, you just recorded over it.
What I love about this is I'm discovering that you and I have been on TV a lot. Like, man, you've been on TV a lot. You were on the wrestling Royal Rumble or whatever was it?
It was WCW Monday Nitro.
WCW. So you find yourself on WCW. You're on the news giving thumbs up. You were on public television and being interviewed. You're on TV like way more than the average person has been, for sure. You know,
I mean, like, you know, two of them, you can't, I mean, they were, you know, it happened, but the third one, it was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm on TV.
Well, that's the big one because it's focused on you.
Yeah, I mean, I walked into a TV studio.
Yeah.
Wearing a pair of shorts.
That one
that didn't go
have
over
a copy
well.
of, right?
No, unfortunately, and the show doesn't exist. I can't find it anywhere. I can find, like, the media doesn't exist, but the article.
Oh, there you
still
go. That's
exists.
cool. Okay.
So, you know, if you search up the cannabist, I guess, comma Josh Hawks, it will come up, and it'll be something about how this episode features a like a nerd comic book bud tender and the company of a weed beef jerky company.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just that those were the two guests they had, and they were trying to. How does comics and the Comic-Con and weed go together? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just go. I'm not an artist. No, it was fun though. It was embarrassing because the guy told me it was a podcast. So I show up to the address he gives me.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, this is the Denver Post building, newspaper building. Okay. I didn't know he's part of the Denver Post. That's cool though. That means he's legit. Wait in lobby, go upstairs, and we walk into a TV studio, and I look down, I'm wearing a pair of shorts, and I'm like, please don't shoot me from the knees up, waist up only, please. Like, this is so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first to just kind of go in casual to interviews, man.
Yeah,
especially since, you know.
Especially a weed show, like.
Yeah.
At least I had a nice button-up shirt, but like I just didn't expect. Yeah, I just didn't expect it. But yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot cooler to say, yeah, I've been on TV a lot if I'd been on TV a lot instead of once and then in passing a few times.
It's still, I mean, but that's more, again, like that's more than the average person.
You're not wrong. I won't argue that.
Yeah, like you talk to anyone out there, you ask them how many times you've been like seen on TV. The vast majority be like, never, never. And you'd be like, twice and an interview. Like, that's pretty good.
I mean, not as cool as getting to talk to fucking Bob Barker.
Well, if anyone can find it, I can only say I did it. There's no physical proof anymore because I can't find the freaking video of me actually doing it.
Who produces The Price? Is it NBC?
CBS.
CBS. If you can tell me the date that you went, I bet you if I write to them and ask real nicely, I wonder if they can at least give me a fucking screenshot of you.
Yeah, I want to say it's 2005, maybe 2004, 2005 was when I went.
Do you have a month?
Well, that's the thing. They record early, right? So I don't remember. I went for, it was a summer taping, but I don't think it showed until like maybe fall or winter. Like, it didn't show for a while. So yeah,
I wonder how long they keep records of contestants, because hasn't there been repeat contestants on that show?
I can go back. You're given 10 years. You can't be a contestant for 10 years, and then you can go back as a contestant. Right?
Okay, interesting.
So like I mean, yeah. So at least 20 years ago, I could have gone back and done it. Oh no, 10 years ago, I could have gone back and done another Price is Right.
Only if you're picked. Can you not?
Yeah. Only if you're picked. I mean, yeah. Yes, because you're
Picked.
interviewed in line still.
Yeah,
I
understand how you're quote unquote picked for the Price is Right.
Yeah. Be
it's not
stupid
random,
and they'll pick
people. It's not random.
No. Be an idiot to the producers that walk down the line, and you'll be picked for the Price is Right. Which is again bad, because I went with a group of girls who were there, who were like not a sorority, but they were like a club of some sort.
They were a clique.
That my girlfriend is a part of, and they were the ones. They were all wearing matching T-shirts. I was the only one not wearing one of their like matching Bob's Babes or whatever T-shirt, whatever it was. And so they picked they picked me. It's so funny. I felt bad for them. Like, oh, sorry guys, see you later. I know you wanted this, but you guys didn't say anything. I did all the funny stuff. You guys just sat there looking stupid at the producers.
As it happens sometimes.
It's fine.
They're like, look at all these loud people. Look at that quiet motherfucker over there. Quiet in the terms of these loud people over here. This person's a little more subdued, but it makes better TV.
It does make better TV.
Like, you'd always get the quote unquote sorority girl up on stage, the
Flasher cans.
I wasn't going to say that. But, then the host does who are you here with? And the whole group goes, I mean, I would definitely like to do a game show, either go for a taping, or if it was like The Price is Right, have the chance of being on the show. I wish they did that with like Hollywood Squares. I wish that
I was in the audience of Hollywood Squares.
Damn it! With who was the host? Was it?
I don't remember.
Shadow Stevens or whatever his name was.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? That's the one I don't remember, because the Family Feud I remember, because it was oh God, what's his name?
Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson. So I remember that. And I was in the front row, so you could see me. Like, I was in the front row, so you could see me from the camera.
So you had did they provide splash guards like at Gallagher shows when he was the host?
It was 40 degrees in there, 30 degrees in there.
Oh, that was all because of Louis.
Yeah, because he sweats he sweats.
Yeah. And
so they kept the temperature ice cold in that studio. But yeah, I went because a girl I was dating at the time was like, we need to go and do this taping thing. And I had no idea that existed at the time. And so, yeah, we went to Hollywood Squares and a Family Feud.
If I was in charge of Hollywood Squares, one random person from the audience would get picked to be amongst all these celebrities to see if they're funny or not.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess the thing, like, they'd have to be funny, because I'm like, those are like half the people on the squares were comedians.
That's true. That is true.
And then you had a couple of celebrities who, like, you'd have David Hasselhoff or something, right, on there, who's not necessarily funny, but he's charismatic.
Right. Or was.
So, well, yeah, was.
Up until that hamburger incident.
No, he's still. He's been in a bunch of SpongeBob SquarePants movies. Like, he's still like, he still has like a thing. He's still popular in Germany with his music. Like, he's still the thing. You
remember when he sang on top of the Berlin Wall?
I try not to think about it, but yeah.
I don't know where we were going with all of that, but went down a nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Really.
Just nostalgia road. We both had things written down, but the nostalgia is something that you just can't escape.
Well, I just want to wrap it up then with a couple of things I wanted to talk about real quick. Unless you have something, then I can save it for next.
Literally, I wrote things down when we hit record, so please, you're more prepared.
Well, so because I did go and visit, because we talk about conventions on here.
We
and,
do
you know,
when
try
we
to-
get when we go.
when we go, and I went on a whim to spend money that I don't have on stuff that I wanted at a convention called Anime Impulse. Now, what I like about Anime Impulse is that it's really a small convention. It's one. If you've ever been to the Pomona Fairplex, where the LA County Fair is held, there's these little hangars, and each one held a different convention. Like Anime Impulse was one, which was like a dozen, maybe 2 dozen vendors. Then there's a Collecticon one where it's a bunch of trading cards like Pokemon and.
Oh yeah, I know Collecticon.
Yeah. And it wasn't called Collecticon. It was CX Collection was what it was called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Collecticon is a thing, but
It is, yeah. But I was just kind of comparing it. It's like that.
okay,
And then,
gotcha.
but there was like 6 different conventions in this small area, like in this little area, right? Asian American convention, Asian food convention, a lot of Asian stuff. Anyway, what I really love about this is not only is it small, it's a small convention, but they make the best use out of like being a small convention. They had a maids cafe, they had wrestling, they had a wrestling thing,
Nice.
which really blew my mind. They're like, oh, there's wrestling here. They had the ring up. People were actually doing I have a picture of a guy getting smashed into the, what is it, the beams or whatever, what's it called? The corner, what's the corner called?
Turnbuckle.
Turnbuckle. So he's getting their hair is up. I took a picture at the right time where both their hair is up when he's smashing his head into the turnbuckle. That was fun, right? Oh, okay.
So you watched a live wrestling match.
I watched a live wrestling match.
My job here is done.
Well, it was really amateur because like it wasn't the referee, it was the announcer guy who kept trying to like steer the fight, right? Because they weren't doing exactly like oh, he should be getting up now. Yeah. It was really
Gotcha. They're basically calling the shots over the PA.
Essentially, yeah. And they're like, oh, what? And then when they get, and he'll code this to the audience, like, wasn't that great, folks? That was an amazing like recovery. Oh, look as he does this. And then he does the move. So he does it after the guy says it. It's like, oh,
yeah.
my
So
God,
they're basically just calling shots.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you still need to see a real professional, not professional, just a real, well, quote unquote professional.
There was
wrestling
real,
match.
like it wasn't all called, but like there were
Okay.
parts of it that it made me laugh because it's like, oh, I guess there was some type of like scripting or some type of like at least blocking, and they didn't fit it, so that's why the announcer had to say something. But most of it was done. They were just doing their own thing. There was a stage there's a K-pop stage called K-Play. So a whole K-pop area where people were dancing and singing and dancing. Like it's really like
I
they
didn't
fit so much into small thing.
You may have said this somewhere on your social media over this past weekend, but I'm pretty sure it's you that said this, but I have to agree with whoever it was that I was not aware that there were so many dances with K-pop songs.
Oh yes, so there was a competition. I was watching. I was walking by one of the K-Play area, and there was a dance-off, and it was the top 5. I don't know how many it started off with. I only saw the top 5. But what they were doing was they were playing 10-second snippets of K-pop songs, all different, none of them the same, and they would play 10 seconds, and you had to do the dance, and it was always the chorus or the big part where the big dance part is. They do the dance, then they count down to the next one, do the dance, and if you didn't know it, you got kicked off. So So I want you to picture this, right? You got these 2 athletic women, one super athletic skinny dude, and 2 chubby, like nerdy guys doing the dances. Of course, the top 2 are the 2 chubby nerdy guys doing the dances, not the athletic guys, not the hot athletic women. No, the 2 chubby guys were the two ones who made the top 2. And like, I can't watch anymore. I'm gonna move on. So I moved on. I didn't bother to watch the rest. But I know I think I just want to I just love that con. It is an anime convention, but it's hosted by the game I play, which is Zenless Zone Zero. It's like hosted by this game. It's really funny.
That's interesting.
It was on the badge. That it's like their faces are everywhere. It's like this game that I play that nobody knows what it is unless you play it. Is hosting this convention. It's great. Doll says, when it comes to dancing, that's not the half of me that is Korean. Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
that's funny.
Yeah, dancing. I mean, yeah. There was a dance crew that did like a whole. They did the like an anime series in interpretive rapper dance. It's really interesting, or rap dancing. But anyway, just want to say, sponsor us as a podcast for the for Anime Impulse, because it's a small show. It's a great show. It's a lot of fun, a lot of food, a lot of like just fun stuff. And again, it is sponsored by the game that I love and play. And the reason why I went there was to buy stuff for this stupid game, like merch for this game. So I would love to like have like a little booth there where I do do a podcast and talk to the people, and be like,
where the
hey,
fuck do you learn this stuff?
Yeah, like the only thing, there's a guy, I don't know what his purpose was, but I saw him. I got there at 9 a.m. and left at 5. Longest I've been at a con, but I wasn't feeling weak or tired or anything, so I stayed there as long as I could. There was this guy dressed up as Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, right? A guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, mind you, the ratio of men who dress up as women at these conventions way outnumber the women who dress up as men at these conventions. It's getting the skew is getting very tilted. But this one guy, from the moment I saw him at 10 to the moment I left at 5, was just walking around the con with like a Bluetooth speaker and dancing to music the entire time. Anytime I saw him, he wasn't standing still. He was just doing his little dance, right, the whole time. And I'm like, dude, don't you ever get tired? Like, I get it. You have an amazing body. Like, you are fit. But you got to get tired eventually, right? Come on.
I mean, that's what methamphetamine's for.
I guess so. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it over the years. It's increasingly getting more popular, but you get the inflatable flailing arm tube man costume.
None of that this year.
Oh, usually you see one or two of those at a show, and those people just go forever. And I'm like, I can understand, Tifa walking around dancing, because at least Tifa's not wearing many clothes.
No, he was wearing a skirt and a little halter top.
Like the flailing arm inflatable tube man, you're encased in something.
I'm sad there were no T-Rexes in the inflatable costume.
No,
I
think we're over that as a society.
I think so too. There was an but I mean they were supposed to be there, but there were inflatable Pokemon there, so I mean they don't count because
we're not over Pokemon yet. But I think we're.
But
over...
also there's a Pokemon card trading. That card collector card show was mostly a Pokemon trading show. So
a lot of card shows really are just Pokemon shows.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where they have to apparently they developed an app where you can follow the delivery trucks.
Yes.
Restocking, and they apparently had to change routes and do stuff to not get scalped.
Yeah.
Because people just buy up all the boxes and scalp the product.
The former company in which I worked for.
Yeah.
Every one of their locations had a Pokemon vending machine, which I think as just a concept is fucking cool. But
yeah, we do too. Yeah.
Those things are purchase and time based.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they load it up with all the big things that everybody wants, they may not even be available for 4 or 5 hours. So what I would see is the same 10 motherfuckers coming into these locations and checking. They walk up, hit the screen, scroll once or twice, and they go, all right, and they walk away. And then 4 hours later, they come back, turn the screen on, scroll. Oh, I can get something now. And I don't understand how those machines work. Sometimes it says it's sold out, but you could still get like a 5-pack. It'll say sold out, but then you can click on it and you can still get it.
That's how they get you. That's how they get the scalpers and stuff, I guess. You
Yeah.
have to know. If you know, you know. No, I love that they put it like behind glass now in some places and behind the counters so that you can just pick it up and get it. I love it. Love it.
Discord just completely shit all over you, but I think it was during 2020 when Target and places like that took Pokemon cards off the shelves because people were stealing them because nobody had anything else to do, or buying them completely up. And it's funny to me when people complain like, "Oh, I didn't get a chance to buy one." Well, first come, first serve. Like,
exactly. I don't get it. I get it actually because I understand it's it's valuable. So I get why, but yeah. Did I freeze again?
Yeah, you were
I know
starting.
I froze on Twitch.
You were starting to. So
okay, because I'm like, I know I froze up on Twitch. I saw myself freeze up on Twitch.
The internet is failing right now. So let's wrap this up.
Well, I got a piece out about anime impulse and all that stuff and how much that little on. So we can move on and close up.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the button. I don't understand pretty much anything you just said, so I'm going to hit the buttons, and I'll do your outro for you because it's probably not going to come through. But you can find Francis at AKA the other guy at Linktree. Linktree.com/AKA the other guy for all his books, award-winning characters, and all the other podcasts that he does. You can find me at linktree.com/the303ninja or 303ninja. I can't remember which one it is. And Francis isn't here really to correct me on it. But either way,
The 303 Ninja.
The 303 Ninja at linktree.com. To find all the stuff that I'm into, all the links for POI are also there. We will be back with the same crappy internet in a week's time. Until then, have fun. Liquid Death. Reach out to us. We will drink your stuff. Francis enjoys it. Francis does it anyway. I do occasionally. It's good stuff. We would love your support. Otherwise, hit us up. You see the things on the top of the screen. You see all the links at the link tree. The only one that's not there is the phone number, 314-764-7631. Call, text, voicemail. We'll talk to you on the show if you want. Until then, we'll be back next week. Have a great week. Bye.